crafty friends, this is the Paper Chef here. In today's tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make Snowman Tic-Tac Treats using your Brother ScanNCut. The Snowman Tic-Tac Treats we're going to make are created using just Tic Tacs that you'd find in the checkout line of a grocery store around the world. It's called an impulse item. The smaller size that you can make are ones that you get at the Dollar Tree in this 3-pack. For this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make the larger one because the shapes are easier to work with. If you would like me to show you how to make the smaller one, just please put that in the comment section. I'll be glad to share the measurements for the smaller one as well. The techniques will be the same for both Tic-Tac Snowman Treats. Let's get started. All I've done prior to this video is load a piece of white cardstock. It's your standard thick cardstock that you'll get at any craft store. Okay? So the overall concept is that we're going to create 2 circles for the front and 2 circles for the back. Let me keep that black piece of paper there so you can really see the contrast. Okay. In the first circle that we create, we're going to create a smaller scalloped circle. You can see the scallops. And we're going to go ahead and punch that through. And we're going to align it. We're going to align it so that it's in the middle of the circle. Okay, so the techniques you're going to learn are adding shapes in the Brother ScanNCut and creating shapes inside other shapes and then aligning them so that they're where you want them. Okay, and the other thing we're going to do using in this tutorial is we're going to create the carrot for the nose. There are other things you can do to embellish your snowman. I tried using a ribbon and I didn't think that looked right, so I used my stamps. I'm not going to be showing you how to cut out these stamped images in this particular tutorial because the stamps that I used is retired and you might just get frustrated if you can't get your hands on this cute little stamp set. But I advise you to use whatever yarn, ribbon, stamps, or even electronic clip art that you have to create your embellishments for your particular snowman. The wiggle eyes are just found at a regular craft store, so you can use different size eyes for your different size snowman. Okay, now I'm going to pull the machine closer. And we're going to start from the very beginning. I'm going to leave no steps out on this shape tutorial. Okay, when you turn on your Brother ScanNCut, you're going to go to Home. And you're going to, for this tutorial, we're going to use the pattern. Let me go ahead and get my stylus so it's easier for you to see. Okay. Oh, I should have said what I was doing. When you say pattern, we're going to the first pattern called shapes. And then you're going to scroll down to where you find a circle. I'm using the CM350 or the ScanNCut 2. So you're going to find the circle in my particular one on page 3, BA A045. Okay, we want to just keep the circle in proportion. And we're just going to go ahead and resize our circle. Okay, our circle is 3 inches. This is for the bottom of the snowman. Okay, we need 2 of those circles. One for the front and one for the back of your Tic-Tac treat. Okay, we have 2 circles. We're going to say set. Now we're going to add a smaller circle. Go ahead and say add. Smaller circle, same thing. Go back up. This one, the width of that circle, width and height, because it's a circle, is 2.25. I will have these measurements in the description of this video. So please don't get caught up on the exact measurements. I did a lot of experimentation, and you can as well for whatever things you want to make. Okay, so I'm going to make 2 circles that are 2.25. I'm going to set that. And finally, we're going to make the inside. Okay. Sorry for the pause. I just have to think about this because I did write everything down, and of course, right before the video it disappeared. I'm going to go ahead and say add this one. And I'm going down to this one, the scalloped circle called BA-A051. And my circle for the inside of the bottom of the snowman is going to be 1.25. And this is from memory, folks, because no matter how well you prepared you are for these videos, things that you put all around you disappear the second you start recording. So 1.25, and you only need one of these. This is the hole we're going to punch through the front. Okay, let's say set. Now, I like to just go over the concept again, just so you understand what's going on. We are taking this scallop here, right here. We're making this shape. Okay, we're going to punch it through the circle. So what you need to do is, I like to just move everything away. So just move it away from the other shapes and put this shape inside that shape. So put the little circle inside the big circle. Okay, we're gonna go over here to, well, I'm gonna say okay, just to make sure it's on there. Okay, good. Okay, I'm going to editing mode, and I'm going to go to what's called select. So here's the selection tool, the red one. And I like to use the shape select. And what that does is you just draw a square or rectangle around the shapes you want to select. I could have selected everything on the screen with the other option, but I just want to select these two. That's why I moved them away from the others. I have just these two circles selected. I'm going to say okay. And now I'm going to go to the align feature. This is the one with the 4 little arrows pointing in different directions. And the way I'm going to align these shapes is not by nudging them using the arrows. I'm going to use this feature up here. I'm going to go up and I'm going to say, I want to align these both vertically and horizontally. Okay, the circles are going to be aligned vertically within each other and horizontally. You're going to say, well, they looked pretty aligned. They were, but I like to be perfect. Not only that, we're going to be mass producing the things that we make, because a lot of my crafty friends do craft fairs and lots of gift giving. So let's make it perfect so we can make lots of these. I'm going to say okay and okay again. Now you don't want these to slip apart from each other. You want to use the group feature. This is grouping. I'm going to group them and say okay. And that means that when I move this circle, the little scallop circle will stay inside of it. Now let's put that up here. And if you're going to make a lot of these circles, if you're going to make a lot of snowman treats, then I would say that you could also duplicate this entire line and then put 2 small circles here and 2 big circles there, and you could get 4 whole tic-tacs out of 4 whole sets of tic-tacs out of one 12 by 12 cardstock. But the thing is, I'm using an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, so I'm just moving my other circles here. And you can also save what you're doing so that you can use it over and over again. I've already done that. And we've done that in other tutorials. If you need help, I will show you that in the next video, if you would like me to do a follow-up video. I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to say cut. I'm moving this out of the way just to load my paper. Now, as you know, I've told you in past videos, if you're one of my subscribers, that sometimes the mats are not very sticky. Therefore, I'm using painter's tape. Painter's tape is good for holding the cardstock. I'm loading the mat, and that's all I'm doing. Okay, you can't see that part, but I'm just gonna, all I did was load the mat. There goes some Tic Tacs on the floor. And now I'm just gonna say start. Now the only other thing I wanna tell you is, because I'm using standard cardstock that I purchased from a craft store, then I would use a blade depth of 5. Not super thick cardstock, just your standard cardstock. And I'm not sure the weight, so please don't ask me, oh, what weight was it? I don't know. Craft stores like Michael's do not even tell you the weights of the paper. So I'm saying start, and I'm cutting circles. Now while my circles are cutting, I like to give my paper a rub, because sometimes my paper sort of slips a little bit. That's because my mats are not very sticky. If I was using a new mat, I wouldn't need to rub it. Alright, while it's cutting, I just want to tell you that please look out for coupons for Tic Tacs, because they often go on sale. And I will link to Tic Tacs on Amazon, because you can also buy them in bulk and get them cheaper than you could ever get them in the checkout line. So if you're going to buy them anywhere on Amazon, please use my link. Alright. Sorry that was very loud. The machine's just loud. That's just all. That's really one of the only disadvantages of the Brother ScanNCut. Okay, we've cut it. We're going to say okay. And we're going to say unload. That's what I hit, unload. I'm working on a smaller table than I've worked on in the past. So like literally things are falling off the front of my table as I'm doing this tutorial. All right, so let's pop out the circles and just show you the next part. So we have our circles. Now, always save the insides because this cute little scallop is great for using later. I mean, we can make tiny, tiny snowmen. Hey, let's try this on the very, very mini Tic Tacs. Why not? All right, so here we have our circles, and I'm just gonna give you a little tip. So I tried to use glue dots or glue, and it didn't really work because when you work with food items, it's just best to use sort of rolling adhesive. So I'm just using my little rolling adhesive, that's all. And I just wanna show you that I take this, let me close the ScanNCut. Give more room here. All right, so to finish up, we have this, and we want to put some adhesive on our circle. And I just put a little bit of adhesive, not much, because it's a food item. I mean, you want people to be able to take it off again when they open their Tic Tacs. You don't need to secure it super. So put the bottom circle on first is my tip. You want to put the bottom circle on first because it fits perfectly. That 1.25 inch scallop circle we made fits perfectly. Okay, and then I just go ahead and I put the back circle on. A little bit of rolling adhesive. That's it, just a little bit. And then I just, to make sure it's really at the same place, I just hit this onto the floor like that. Not floor, but the table. I just line up, I eyeball the two circles and I sort of line them up like that. Just so they line up good on the back. So now I have my two circles, and then I put the two front circles. Again, just a little bit of rolling adhesive, not much. Because it's kind of fun for the recipient to just take this all apart and to be able to get to the food that they were trying to eat. And nice thing about Tic Tacs is you can make these now. They will last till Christmas time, holiday time, whatever you want to call it. They will last till winter time because Tic Tacs last pretty much forever. Okay, so there's our snowman. And then what I did is, I'm going to show you the carrot part next. But we're going to put like wiggle eyes on there. We're going to put some other stuff. So let's do the carrot. We're going to peel off our white cardstock. Okay, and we're going to just take a piece of, just get your orange paper. You know, get that ready. I'm sure you have scraps of orange paper. We all do. We're crafters. So get your little piece of orange paper, and I'm just going to stick it in the corner for the next part. So here's a little piece of orange paper. Orange cardstock. This again, I'm going to use a blade depth of 5 for the orange cardstock because it's kind of thick. And this one is I think it's pumpkin pie by Stampin' Up, just so you know. This one is like a textured sort of paper. It's an old style. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to pull the ScanNCut forward, and we're going to make the carrot. We're going to go ahead and clear the screen. Remember, I told you, crafty friends, that you could save this as well and retrieve it. But I'm just clearing the screen for now because I've already have these saved. And I'm just going to home, and I'm saying okay. Go back to pattern, and this time we want the one that's the second option, which is the little clip art. And so we'll select that. And then we want the food. The food is the second option. And within the food, you have a carrot. It's the first option. So you want the carrot. And I'm just going to say okay. And I like to use, for my little nose, the second carrot. Because this one is kind of, it's good if you're going to layer the carrot. If you want to layer your carrot, go ahead. But that would be better for Easter time. For our little snowman, the second carrot is a solid carrot shape. It's perfect. Say okay. And set it on the mat. Now that's a huge carrot, so we need to make it smaller. We need to make it fit on the nose. So we're going to change the height of that carrot. I hope you can see that. Yeah, here you go. And we're just going to go here and select it. And we're going to go into the editing mode, this first one with the shapes. And we're going to go over here to resize. And we're going to make it a height of 0.75. And remember, I had the stylus a minute ago. You all saw it. Oh, I see it. It went to the other side of the room. It flew off my little table. So let's use the small stylus so you don't have my fat finger in the way. Okay, there you go. 7.75. And leave this checked off. You want the carrot to stay in proportion, height and width, because the carrot, putting it back, you don't want to make it a funky looking carrot. So leave this checked off. 0.75 height, say okay. I'm putting it over on the side to the left a little bit. And again, you're mass producing. You're going to craft fair. Make a lot of these, folks. This is an easy way to make a lot of cute things. Make gifts for the holiday season. I'm loading my mat, and I'm just going to zoom in so you can see that carrot. See, I'm zooming in. See that carrot? How cute. I can even move it over some more. Don't move it too far to the edge because, I don't know, the brother doesn't seem to cut very good on the very edge. So let's say okay. Let's say okay. Again, I'm using a blade depth of 5, and we're just going to go ahead and cut out the little carrot. And I'm going to say start. And I'm just kind of holding my paper there so the little carrot doesn't slip. And it just already slipped. So I'm going to say finish and just cut it one more time, but I have to move it. My paper slipped because I didn't put painter's tape on the corner. Sorry, folks. Okay, we're going to say start. Cutting out that carrot. No matter how many new mats I buy, they lose their stickiness. Okay, I'm just going to say finish. We don't need to select the next part. And we grab our carrot. And we peel it off the mat. There's our carrot. Super cute. Now where's my snowman that we're in the middle of making? Here we go. We have a snowman. We have eyes. We have a carrot nose. I used the bigger eyes for the big snowman. Okay, there you go. And then what I did is I stamped the little scarves in cherry cobbler from that set I told you about. From Stampin' Up! That's retired. And I just made a little scarf. You can use a little ribbon, whatever you want to use. And then I stamped a bunch of little hats. And I stick that on there, snowman. And this hats I'm just attaching with glue. Okay? So just use glue. So there you have it. So if you want to make these for this holiday season, use whatever you have in your craft arsenal. Use the Brother ScanNCut to help you mass produce the shapes that you need. Okay? And I hope you go ahead and give that a try. Thank you for watching. This is the Paper Chef. See you next time.